Morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are in the world. Now, the last video that y'all saw, sorry about the audio if it was a little pitchy. It is a Nollywood movie, and that's just the quality of video that, you'll get from the Nollywood videos. But anyways, we're going to get right into this review because I have a lot to say. Oh my goodness. I watched the reunion yesterday and I was so annoyed. I was annoyed at the fact that they kept brushing over Michaela's behavior throughout the season. I was like, there is no way they're going to brush past this. This is the main reason why Zach is not happy in the union. So I'm not going to be addressing the issues in chronological order. I'm just going to address it based on, whatever pops in my head. But I want to let everyone know that I'm just here just to give my opinion. This is not facts. Everything in here is alleged, maybe not alleged because we did see it on the TV screen. But anyways, this is just for fun. It's not trying to throw any digs at Zach or Michaela, but I just wanted to give my feedback. Okay, so for starters, when the season began, I was so excited. This was my first year actually getting into Married at First Sight. My friends and family, they've been trying to get me to watch it, but I had no desire to watch it. However, due to COVID and then the winter storm that occurred in Houston, I had time on my hand and I said, you know what, let me watch it. And I got into the show. I was so excited when they announced that they were coming to Houston. I was like, okay, this is going to be my Wednesday night show. On the first episode, I thought Michaela was amazing. I was like, look at her, natural hair, beautiful smile. My entire living room lit up when she smiled. I was like, yeah, she's representing, And then when I met Zach, I was like, oh my goodness, they are going to pair her up with Zach. Zach looks like he comes from a good family. He has good upbringing. I was like, okay, this is going to be like my favorite couple. So I thought. But then after her reactions during the honeymoon trip and then when she got back home, I got a little disappointed. I was so shocked that she would behave in that manner. I just could not believe it. And I understand why Zach feels the way that he feels. And I get it. A lot of people are saying that Zach is gaslighting her. Zach did this. For the sake of focusing on what Michaela did, we're not going to get into what Zach did or didn't do, what Zach should have done. We're not going to talk about that. We're just going to address Michaela's behavior. Okay, so on last night reunion, Michaela stated that every time Zach tries to, make her look bad. And I'm like, Michaela, you make yourself look bad. Zach cannot make you look bad. She stated on the reunion everything that Zach has said, like, throughout the latter part of the season. Primarily when he said that they were going to get a divorce, but still remain friends. She stated at the reunion that she spent 8 days at his place cooking and cleaning. And I'm like, so why all of a sudden it is okay for you all to remain friends after the divorce, but on the show prior to decision day, you made a big deal out of it. That just proves to me that you all did talk about it and y'all agreed to it, like Zach said. But for some reason, whenever you come on the camera, you deny the fact that you spoke about it or agreed upon it so that you can have justification for your behavior. Because other than Zach flip-flopping or telling you one thing and doing the other, you have no other justification for your behavior. And for me, I feel like that's not okay. They should have called you out on that. Because on the reunion, you stated specifically, we remained friends. I texted him. I called him. I spent 8 days at his house. Why? If it was such a big deal during the season when y'all were at the barn house and y'all were sitting outside, you literally spazzed out because he said the exact thing to you. Hey, It's okay if y'all get a divorce, but y'all will remain friends and see how things work. You literally tick, 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 boom, flew everywhere, threw your hands up, shook your head, ran up and down. I can. And I'm like, what is happening here? Yet you come on the reunion and say, yeah, I spent 8 days at his house. Now, that right there just made me feel like, oh, okay, Michaela, you're not making this easy for anyone. At all. And another issue that I want to point out is you said that Zach lacked grace and forgiveness. Zach forgave you. Yet you canceled the housewarming shortly after he forgave you. And I'm like, you're saying he lacks grace and forgiveness, yet he keeps giving you grace and forgiving you, yet you keep doing the same exact things. Like, I don't understand. Your behavior did not change. From the Clorox wipe incident, to you moving out, to you cussing him out on the couch when y'all were trying to discuss the incident, to you canceling the housewarming abruptly, to you cursing him out on the couch, to you not participating in the dancing event that y'all went with couples, the barn incident. Michaela, you have to hold yourself accountable. It doesn't matter what someone else did to you. You need to realize that you are in control of your own actions, okay? And a lot of people may say it's editing, but editing is not going to show us what you do not give them. There's no way they could show us what you don't give them. So keep that in mind next time you're on television. Another thing that I want to address. You straight up and bold-faced lied to the experts after the barn incident that they had no evidence of your knee-jerk behavior. You sat there with your calm voice. Yes, they don't have evidence of it. Meanwhile, all of us at home watched your behavior on TV. If you can lie like that with evidence, what else can you lie about? You would definitely lie about stuff that other people do not see you do. 100%. So that little act on the show at the reunion, I'm not buying it. Because if you could lie with hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of people watching you, then you can definitely lie about what didn't happen when the cameras were not rolling. Another thing I want to address. On the reunion, you said that you did not want to sit with Zach. You did not want to share the room with him. You had a moment to say everything you wanted to get off your chest. And then when it was Zach's turn, when he started addressing some of the things that you said, you barged into the room. That's not fair. You had your moment. You should allow Zach to have his moment. The only reason why I would think you don't want him there is because you don't want him to tell the truth. That's it. Because I don't understand why you guys can't sit like adults and talk about issues that y'all encountered during the season, during your marriage. Yet you were like, no, I don't want him there. But then when he was speaking, you barged in. That's not fair. That's selfish. You can't do that. He is a grown man. He should be able to speak. Again, I'm going to address the barn situation. Because at the barn, you asked Zach to leave based on what production showed us. You told him, go, bye, go home now. That's what you told Zach. You told him that multiple times. And then when he got up, took his belonging to leave, you snatched his luggage, started cursing at him, and then you flipped all these items in the shared space. Why, Michaela? Why? Why would you do that? You are being recorded. If you can display this type of behavior and you are being recorded, I can only imagine what you are doing when no one is watching. It is not okay. It is not okay. And you keep saying that. I take accountability, and I'm sure you're trying to take accountability, and I commend you for that. But I also watched an unfiltered episode that aired, and you were so proud about your behavior. You were boasting about it. When they were talking about it, you was like, oh, they haven't seen nothing yet. They haven't seen nothing yet. Like, really? Who does that? I just don't understand. And to the experts, wow. I cannot believe they are downplaying this. Even last night at the reunion when they showed the barn incident, they stopped the barn incident, the video of the barn incident right before you started flipping the tables. I don't understand why they did not show the full video so you could see it. Well, maybe you did see it. Maybe you saw it already. But I just thought that it was fair for them to show it so that they can provide context to what everyone is talking about, especially during the reunion. Everyone is like, they're just moving past everything that you did. And I just don't understand why it is acceptable. It's not okay. I do believe Michaela is a good person. I really do. She just has terrible reactions to situations. And no one is going to stand for that. I can only imagine how Zach was walking on eggshells because you never know what is going to tick her off. You know, you never know what's going to tick her off. And I mean, I can only imagine how someone in that situation would feel. You have to do better. You cannot react that way to everything, especially when it's words that are spoken. These are words that are spoken. If you don't like what he's saying, walk away. Write a note to him addressing how you feel. You cannot be flipping barn tables and games and whatever else you saw in the barn house. Anyways, that was my take. I just had to get that off my chest because I was just a little surprised that they were just glossing over. I'm like, I cannot believe y'all are not addressing this. This is the reason why Zach is scared. Zach is not speaking up because he is scared. Okay? He's scared. If he was your brother, uncle, cousin, you would not want him to be in that type of situation. That's not okay. It's not just screaming and getting loud. She is literally flipping stuff over. Like, oh my goodness. Zach, I'm going to need you to stay 10 toes down on your decision. If you don't want to be with Michaela, tell her that. I understand you're trying to spare her feelings, but at the same time, you need to worry about your own well-being. Okay? Tell her you don't want to be with her, and that's that. I think I'll be back next week to review it. Let me know if you have any type of maybe let me know if you noticed anything from the episodes that maybe I missed, because sometimes we watch it and we don't actually see things from our own perspective. And sometimes it's good when other people give you their feedback and perspective on things. It makes you look at things differently and analyze it differently. So if there was anything else that y'all saw that y'all could bring to my attention, leave it in the comments. And yeah, I'll be back next week, and I think I'm going to continue to review this show. And peace and love. Have a good evening, good afternoon, or good morning.